Imagine if you were at Brown a pacifist, and you came to this forum and made this argument. I am a pacifist. I believe that violence is awful. I believe that violence is wrong. But I note that we do not live in a non-violent society. There are people killed on the street, there are muggings, there are attacks, there are wars all over the world. And since we live in a violent society, since violence is a social reality, I feel I have no alternative but to go out and kill some people. This would be odd. It would be odd to try to promote the principle of nonviolence by engaging in violence. So how do we promote the principle of non-discriminating? By discriminating. That is the fundamental issue. I would suggest that what we want to do is recognize that the civil rights movement made its progress, but we now want to move on to greener pastures, by which I mean what we want to do is recognize that America does have a scarred past. This doesn't mean we have to be captive to the past or chained to it. It means what we've got to do at some point is recognize that today is the first day of the rest of our lives. Americans have supported affirmative action policies for the better part of a generation. And I don't deny that those policies have done some good. All policies do. But at some point, it's important to say that we have a younger generation, all of you. You have come to Brown. Maybe you have benefited from affirmative action, maybe I have. But now I ask you this. You've got a wonderful education at Brown. Many other kids who go to public schools or don't go to college don't have it. So what? You're now going to tell me that when you apply for a graduate school, you want another preference? And another preference when you apply for a job? And another one when you apply for a government contract? Just because you are Hispanic or female? Isn't that ridiculous? Isn't it time to say you have had a wonderful opportunity at Brown, take advantage of it, and now compete on your merits? That's what I'm asking. Take advantage of your opportunities. The alternatives, what are they? They are that we emphasize better schools. It is that we emphasize socio-economic remedies, if you will. Professor Wu says, I'm inconsistent. I support socio-economic preferences, but I don't want racial preferences. Well, socio-economic preferences are widespread in society and I think are widely accepted for good moral reasons. Welfare is a good example of a socio-economic program. Disproportionately, maybe Hispanics and blacks get welfare, but the fact is, if you're poor and you're white, you get it too. Now, most Americans can live with the fundamental fairness of that, even if they think there should be a transition from welfare to work. My point is our tax system discriminates according to ability to pay. If you're poor, you pay at a lower rate. That's not inconsistent, and you can't say that it is inconsistent to be for that and to be against discrimination. So I leave you with this note. We are at a turning point, and the choice facing our society is, shall race consciousness and race be embedded in the future in our public consciousness and in our laws, or should we work with good moral reasons to eradicate race and bring us some steps closer to the colorblind society? Thank you very much.